How the hell are we still listening to this rhetoric when 6 decades of intensive grassroots street work has not worked? How? Maybe they're not right. Maybe he's not right. He don't even understand it. Men, husbands, and fathers do not play about their children. I am not putting my children at risk for the betterment of the community, because what actually helps the community is the fact that I take care of my own kids. I keep telling y'all the same shit and nobody's listening. A community is not a group of individuals. It is a group of families. Family. That is the macro solution. Mentorship is the micro. You can only help. Who here has taught before? Who here is a teacher? Who knows the statistics about how little a lecture gets through into a person's head, especially if they got to sit for longer than 30 minutes? If they got to sit for 30 minutes, you lost them. Mentorship works the same way. You are going to waste time, resources, energy, grant money. You're going to put yourself in danger for a group of kids that won't even listen. How about you spend time teaching math to the kids that show up wherever they're at? That's what I'm about. If the Nation of Islam, with its millions of dollars, cannot help the black community after 70 years of trying, what the hell makes you think you can? Whole factions, whole groups of men, dutiful men, their entire purpose is the betterment of the community. And you think you are more impactful than them? I'm not arrogant enough to think that. I'm going to reserve my time where it matters. I'm going to make gold star children. With other fathers in this area, we create a community, a shelter, a barrier around our children so we can raise functional, productive, and exemplary black children for them to look up to. Anyway, let's continue.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, you could take it.
It's not going to get better unless we put hands on deck. The reason the athletes and the rappers are the role models is the professional black man moved out the hood. Where the dentist at? He ain't in the black community no more. Where the lawyer at? Where the business owner at? Where your city council person at? We abandon black boys, and then we blame black men for poor choices in mates that they should not even have to make if we did a better job raising our boys the right way. At the end of the day, if I'm going to call myself a man, the ultimate responsibility for reconstruction of the black community rests with me. Yes, they have a role. Yes, they have responsibility. But as a man, as a leader, to say I can't fix this shit unless she changes, that's not the definition of a man.
I don't.
All right. I think he thought he was making a good point. But good job, Dr. Umar. You're saying the stuff you always say. We all know as men, every dude in this chat understands, men have the ultimate liability and accountability for everything. That does not need, that's a recycled thought. That is a recycled thought. But what he's not noticing, and what he keeps saying is that we need hands on ground, boots on deck. They've done that for decades. They're not listening. Stop wasting more resources. As I've told y'all in the past, black people are the only people on earth that will not disassociate themselves from their degenerate class. You're talking about unity. You're talking about taking the best of you to go do something and waste resources on people who don't want to listen and are only focused on entitlement. All those dudes, those doctors, those dentists, and he talked about, all they owe the hood is a good example. Because he's not even looking at it the right way. because this is the way I've seen people do it. This is the way I've seen my frat brothers do it, other frat dudes do it. When you have a child or a kid that's from there and they come to you in earnest, sincerely, asking for an opportunity, and you can tell they mean it, you give them one. That's how you help your community. Let them find their way to you. If you attend one of those programs, look at what that kid is doing in school. Let them show you the work that they're doing. Let them verbalize out their own mouth that they don't want to be in the streets no more. Somebody got to do the work. They got to show up too. How the hell are we still listening to this rhetoric when 6 decades of intensive grassroots street work has not worked? How? Maybe they're not right. Maybe he's not right. He don't even understand it.
See, I think we're on two different chords. Like, I don't think we're saying that. What I'm saying is I'm capable of being that leader, that provider. I've worked hard in my life. You get what I'm saying? I should not have to. You still go back to individualism. But I only feel like we tell black men that we have to now deal with masculine women, women with children.
Why is she masculine? Because she's had to raise the kids alone, not one woman, so brother, a whole community.
So you mean to tell me the only woman I could look forward in my life is a masculine woman that has kids by other men?
No,
that's what I have to look forward to.
But I'm telling you, mistakes made by black men systemically.
What do y'all think, yo? What do y'all think? Is this the black man's fault? What do y'all think? That argument has been beaten, has been used so much. Let me explain this. I want to remove, because I just told y'all that black men have the ultimate accountability in everything. I'm sorry, men in general have the ultimate accountability. But here's the issue. There was a time where black men had the ultimate accountability in this situation, or the blame, let's say. But take out the word black. What y'all keep forgetting is that man has the ultimate accountability. Who allowed women to have unilateral control over what happens with the children? Who allowed that? Was it black men? I'm asking. Who allowed that? You can say man, but don't say black men. You can say the man, but don't say black men. These women, remember, I advocate for full accountability of fathers. There is no difference. They cannot find a difference between a child being raised by its father versus a child being raised in a two-parent household. So if these women are so worried about creating degenerates and their children becoming bad and losing out in life and becoming criminals, how about we give them to their fathers? What do y'all think? Is that a good idea to save the community? Instead of women being incentivized to keep men out of the home, creating a culture where women can keep men out and just have babies by them so they can get checks. If you really want the drama to stop, if you really want to stop saying, let me tell you something, because he said, or somebody in the chat said that black men created these degenerates. How? How do people with no custody create degenerates? How did they create them? Their mothers created them. The mothers created these degenerates. And if you don't believe me, if you don't want to be blamed, go give that child to his father and let him raise them. Y'all know how I feel about this already. The mothers created these degenerates. Telling a man that all he has to look forward to is a masculine woman, these women adopt that behavior because they think it's cool. There are women that don't even have the circumstances that adopt this behavior. They don't like calling themselves feminists. They call themselves independent women. They call themselves educated. I'm a PhD. They adopted this behavior.